Imagine a game gone catastrophically wrong. A hide-and-seek scenario between adults that becomes a nightmare. A suitcase, confinement, suffocation, and a woman who claimed it was all an accident. This is the story of Jorge Torres Jr. and Sarah Boone, and one of the most bizarre murder cases of 2024. Sarah Boone and Jorge Torres Jr. were in a relationship. They lived together, they had a history, and like many couples, they knew each other's darkest moments, their arguments, their conflicts. In October 2021, something happened in their home that would lead to death and eventually to a murder conviction. But first, understand the scene. A bedroom, a suitcase. What started as what Boone claimed was a game of hide-and-seek became something far more sinister. She claimed she was looking for him. She claimed she playfully zipped the suitcase closed, with him inside. But the evidence told a different story. Video evidence. Recorded evidence. A phone camera capturing the moments that followed. In that video, Jorge Torres Jr. was inside the suitcase. He was begging. He was pleading. He was calling out for help. He was saying he couldn't breathe. He was trapped in darkness, unable to escape, gasping for air. And Sarah Boone, she was taunting him. She was mocking him. She was saying things to him while he suffocated in a confined space. The video showed her voice, her laughter, her cruel words aimed at a man who was dying inside a piece of luggage. Jorge Torres Jr. did not survive that night. He died of asphyxiation. He died trapped in a suitcase. He died unable to escape. And when investigators discovered his body, they also discovered the video, undeniable evidence, a recording of his final moments, a documentation of his death. Sarah Boone's defense was shocking in its simplicity. It was an accident, she said. A game gone wrong. She didn't mean for him to die. She didn't know he would suffocate. She thought he would be fine. But no reasonable person viewing that video, seeing the evidence, hearing the pleas for help, could believe that narrative. No one could watch a man suffocate and call it an accident. But here is where the case became even more bizarre. Sarah Boone went through attorney after attorney. 8 attorneys. 8 different lawyers quit the case or were removed. 8 different times she needed new representation. Why? Because even her own legal team seemed unable to defend the indefensible. Even lawyers representing her in court seemed to lose faith in her claims of innocence. Then came another twist. Boone decided to represent herself. She chose to stand before a jury and defend herself against murder charges. She would be her own attorney. She would present her own case. She would cross-examine witnesses. She would ask the jury to believe her version of events. It was a catastrophic decision. She was untrained. She was unprepared. She was facing professional prosecutors who had physical evidence, video evidence, the testimony of investigators, and the undeniable recording of the final moments of a man's life. Against all of that, Sarah Boone stood alone with no legal training and no credible defense. The jury watched the video. They heard the pleas. They heard the taunting. They heard the evidence. They deliberated. And on October 10th, 2024, they returned a verdict. Guilty of murder, not manslaughter, not negligent homicide, murder. First-degree murder. Sarah Boone received a sentence of life in prison, not life with possibility of parole, life in prison. She will die behind bars. She will never be free. She will live with the memory of that night, with the video evidence that convicted her, with the knowledge that she killed Jorge Torres Jr. This case is a reminder of how dark human relationships can become, how a moment of cruelty can have permanent consequences, how video evidence in this modern age can capture the truth in ways that deception cannot overcome, and how some acts, once committed, cannot be undone, cannot be excused, cannot be forgiven. Jorge Torres Jr. is gone. Sarah Boone will spend the rest of her life in prison. And the video, the undeniable evidence of that terrible night, will remain a testament to a game that was never truly a game at all.